You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Wednesday, May 13. I'd like to share some thoughts about early career.
Right.
Imagine getting the golden ticket, You beat out hundreds of applicants to land a highly coveted job at a major airline. But then you're told the factory gates are basically locked for another year and a half.
Yeah, that's happening right now.
For early career professionals, it feels like the traditional entry-level paths aren't just slowing down. They're freezing over entirely.
They really are. We are seeing that freeze firsthand in the low-cost carrier sector, or LCCs.
Which are the budget airlines, right?
Exactly. Budget airlines are historically this massive pipeline for entry-level hospitality and aviation jobs in Korea. But Jin Air recently had to notify about 50 newly hired cabin crew members that their start dates are being pushed back.
Wait, the start date's originally set for this May?
Yeah, pushed all the way back to October 2026.
Oh, wow. A delay of that magnitude is just brutal.
It is. And the underlying mechanism here is pure cost pressure. Jet fuel prices are soaring, and we have this punishing U.S. dollar to Korean won exchange rate.
Right, making leasing planes and buying parts incredibly expensive, so the entry point just gets completely blocked.
Exactly. And this isn't just, a localized aviation problem. It points to a broader structural deficit across the Korean job market. Look at Incruit.
The major online job portal.
Yeah, one of Korea's biggest. They are technically insolvent right now. They just reported negative equity of 3.5 billion won.
Which is around $2.5 million US dollars.
Right. And their entire business model relies on companies actively recruiting, but hiring volume has just plummeted.
Which brings us to a really grim metric we need to talk about, the job offer ratio.
Yeah, that just hit a record low of 0.36.
Meaning for every 100 job seekers out there, only 36 open positions actually exist.
Exactly. If you are 1 to 3 years into your career right now, you are fighting for a remarkably small slice of the pie.
It's incredibly tight.
And because the outside market is so tight, the people already inside top legacy firms are pulling up the ladder to secure their own piece of that shrinking pie.
Right. Look at the current labor dispute at Samsung Electronics. It centers entirely on their OPI system.
Yeah, OPI, or Chagwa Eiji Sengwa Job.
That's Samsung's discretionary excess profit sharing system, right? Where management decides the bonus pool once profits hit a certain target.
Correct. But the union wants to scrap that management discretion completely. They are demanding a legally enforceable, fixed 15% of the operating profit.
But wait, isn't tying up a fixed 15% of operating profit incredibly dangerous for the company's capital flexibility?
It really is.
Especially since their foundry division, the side that actually manufactures microchips for other companies, is bleeding money right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. If established unions lock in these massive bonuses, regardless of overall financial health, that drains the exact capital pools companies would normally use to hire entry-level talent.
Or invest in new ventures.
Exactly. That is the direct implication for you as an early career professional. When labor costs become rigidly fixed at the top, entry-level hiring takes the immediate hit, and the stakes at Samsung are huge.
There's a hard deadline coming up on May 21, right?
Yes. If mediation fails, a strike could trigger a production loss of 30 trillion won.
Wow. Which is north of 21 billion US dollars.
Yeah. Plus, if a fixed bonus formula becomes precedent there, it will likely ripple across all Korean corporate compensation structures.
It really feels like the era of getting a safe entry-level job at a massive hardware conglomerate and just coasting, it's over.
Oh, absolutely over.
These legacy sectors are fighting over rigid pay structures while trying to manage shrinking margins. So, where is the actual growth happening now?
Well, corporate talent priorities are shifting aggressively towards software and artificial intelligence. You can even see the urgency inside the legacy hardware giants themselves.
Like with Samsung's TV division.
Exactly. The division president just ordered a 2-week organizational overhaul, which signals this rapid pivot away from traditional hardware to focus on platforms and AI features.
Right, because Korea's traditional cost advantage in manufacturing hardware is disappearing. They have to reorient to software, which requires an entirely different skill set.
That's the core issue. And if we look at who is actually hiring and pulling in capital, 2 sectors really stand out right now: gaming and industrial AI.
Right. Gaming has been surging. Pearl Abyss, for example.
Yeah, Pearl Abyss just posted a 2,585% jump in operating profit.
Wait, 2,500%?
Yeah, hitting 212.1 billion won or roughly 153 million US dollars. And that surge was driven almost entirely by the global launch of their game Red Desert.
That kind of explosive software margin is just something legacy hardware can't replicate right now.
Not at all. And then on the industrial AI side, you have Makinarocks drawing serious attention.
Oh yeah, they just pulled in 13.87 trillion won in IPO subscriptions, which is about 10 billion US dollars.
Massive numbers. And the reason they're drawing that kind of capital is because they solved a major bottleneck. They build AI operating systems specifically for heavy industries like manufacturing and defense.
So they allow these massive companies to utilize advanced AI without having to send highly sensitive data to the public cloud.
Exactly. They identified a specific software need within traditional industry and just capitalized on it.
So the through line here is unmistakable. The traditional entry-level doors at airlines or giant hardware manufacturers are closing, while incumbents battle over whatever cash is left.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, massive capital is flowing into software, gaming, and specialized AI.
Which leaves an important question to mull over as you map out your next career steps. Are you positioning your skills to fight for a shrinking piece of Korea's legacy hardware sector, or are you actively aligning yourself with the global software and industrial AI future?
That's today's AI Prism, early career. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Juan Ifra award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.